Hello Taurus, and welcome to your reading. Taurus, we're going to see what messages are coming for you in this reading. I always want to remind you that these readings are generalized, so take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't, because that will resonate with someone else who's watching this reading. If you could remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, that would be awesome. So I'm just going to get more cards for you as well, so we can just really elaborate on the messages that are here. I'm just going to shift these cards over here like this, and we can see what is coming up. All right. There's some situations here that we really need to address, Taurus. We need to address these situations because the divine is just saying that there are situations that are currently getting in the way. And these situations getting in the way is just causing some issues, right? So what we're going to do is we have your tarot card and we're going to get started in this reading. So first of all, the divine is saying that it is important to focus on what is important to you. Focus on your own business. Do not get involved in anyone else's business. If people are trying to ask for your opinion, fine, give them your opinion. But really right now, it is important to focus on you. And not only that, the divine also wants to let you know that things happen. Okay, for some of you, you've made some mistakes and you could just be focusing on the mistakes that you've made. And these mistakes are stopping you from going forward. But the divine is saying, listen, all mistakes are an opportunity to learn, to grow. Mistakes are an opportunity to show you some important lessons. So don't be so hard on yourself. Learn from those mistakes and then move on. Because it is really important. Because for some of you, you are starting to just be in the energy of wanting to give up because you're just thinking, I make mistakes all the time. Things never work out for me. I am this, I am that. And that's just making you feel like you cannot win. The divine is saying, listen, it is time to grow through what you go through. So it is time to glow. It is time to grow. It is time to show up and win. It is time to be your own superhero. Because as we can see, the tarot card that you received was the Knight of Pentacles, was the Knight of Cups rather. And the Knight of Cups is a card that is all about love, that is all about going after the things that make you feel good. This is all about you. So if it's loving yourself, if it's injecting some self-love into your situation, do that. Whatever it is that you need to do, the divine is saying it is time to really show up fully for yourself. Because when you do, you are going to grow. When you do, you're going to realize that anything that happens that makes you feel like, why did that happen? It is actually an opportunity for you to grow. It is actually an opportunity for you to realize that things happen. Okay? So there are some situations, like I said, that we need to talk about. There are some toxic behaviors that you could be getting engaged in to drown your sorrow. There could just be some toxic people that you hang around with that encourage you to engage in toxic behavior to drown your sorrow. The divine is saying that no, this is not the time for this. This is the time to focus. Remember, this is the time to focus. If mistakes have happened, so what? Everyone makes mistakes. There's no one on this planet who does not make any mistakes. So do not allow yourself to be in the energy of drowning your sorrows, to be in the energy of engaging in things that don't build you up. This is not the time, because the divine is saying, listen, everything is coming together for you. So whilst you are focusing on how you've made major mistakes, you're wanting to drown your sorrow, you're wanting to do all this stuff, the divine is saying that no, don't do that. Because this is the time to be patient, because the divine in the background is working all types of miracles, all types of blessings, all of it is all happening. It is all coming together. So this is why the divine is really emphasizing on focusing on where you are going and glowing through what you go through. This is the time to discipline yourself, because discipline plus commitment equals success. And you can see that our person is practicing, and not every arrow is going to hit bullseye. Some of the arrows are going to fall on the floor. But is the person going to say, no, I'm rubbish at this? Or are they going to practice because they know that not every single arrow is going to hit bullseye? So same as you. The divine is saying, when you are saying to yourself, I am rubbish, things never work out for me. This is you expecting that every action has to lead to success. No, every action is you getting better and better and better and better, so that in the future you are hitting more bullseyes than missing. All right. So the divine is saying that some of you are dealing with jealous people, because there are just some people who realize your potential, and they could just be jealous because they understand that by you showing up, by you being disciplined, you are going to make something of yourself, and they don't want that. So the divine is just saying, be aware of jealous people, because some of you have had jealous people in your life for as long as you can remember. Some of these people are your own family. And the divine is saying, I forgive because I deserve peace is going to be your motto. Because by focusing on you and not focusing on the jealousy and not focusing on the shade that other people are throwing at you, this is you starting to realize that you deserve peace. Peace of mind is always underrated. So whatever is happening, the divine is saying that, listen, this is a situation that is developing. This is a situation that is in progress. And some of you are going through that spiritual awakening. So this even makes the situation even more confusing. But keep on going. It is really important for you to keep on going. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some more cards for you and see what else is coming up. All right, because I feel that the divine just wants to give you more messages. The divine just wants to speak to you a little bit more, because there are powerful messages that I hear. And check that out. The divine is saying to you, this is the time for you to start believing in magic, to start focusing on the amazing possibilities and potential that are here for you. Because for some of you, you haven't been focusing on the magic and the magic that can happen for you. You have been too busy focused on all the mistakes that you've made. And the divine is saying that no more. It is time to really realize that what you focus on grows. If you're focusing on the mistakes that you've made, guess what happens? You find more ways of making more and more mistakes. But if you start focusing on believing in magic, guess what happens? More and more magical moments start happening for you. And you're remembering to inject that energy of self-love for you and doing the things that bring you joy, doing the things that bring you peace. Because as you're moving forward, you're seeing that it is really important. The next card that the divine is wanting to give you is asking you to really start reflecting on the choices that you've made in the past. This reading is really connected to the past and the past ways of thinking. So the divine is saying that your reality is a direct reflection of the decisions that you've made in the past. And now that you're realizing that the divine wants you to focus on the magic, on your goals and on your dreams, guess what happens? In the future, you're going to experience more and more and more magical and beautiful situations, because you are making a choice to focus on something that is good for you instead of focusing on what has gone wrong. So this reading is really wanting to really emphasize that, because you are at a turning point right now and realizing that your thoughts are creating your reality, realizing what you focus on is creating the experience that you're experiencing tomorrow. This is why the divine is saying, this is not time to engage in toxic behavior. This is not time to drown in your sorrow. This is not the time for this. Because right now you are at a turning point. And this turning point can be magical if you choose it to be magical, or it can be something that just spirals more and more and more out of control. So it is time to stop and really think, reflect, contemplate, and understand that tomorrow is so much better than what was. If you decide to start focusing on where you're going, if you decide to start focusing on the magical moments that you can create, if you decide to start focusing on where you are going rather than focusing on what other people are doing, the jealous people, all those people, no, this is not the time for that. So this is the reading that I have for you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'll see you soon. It's a goodbye.